Thank you. I rise today in support of the nomination of Andrei Iancu to be Undersecretary of Commerce for Intellectual Property and Director of the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. USPTO is critically important. It's a critically important agency that stands at the crossroads of innovation, technology, and property rights. It's tasked with ensuring that our laws properly compensate ingenuity and invention, while at the same time stopping bad actors who seek to game the system. Intellectual property has been a focus of mine throughout my entire Senate service. Early in my tenure, I authored the Hatch-Waxman Act, which made possible the rise of the modern generic drug industry. More recently, I played a key role in the American Invents Act, which rebalanced our patent system to ensure high-quality patents and reduce abusive litigation. And just last Congress, I authored the Defend Trade Secrets Act, a landmark piece of legislation that created a federal private cause of action to prevent trade secret theft and other nefarious activity. I've also led the charge against patent trolling, the practice of buying up patents solely for the purpose of bringing lawsuits, and argued forcefully that by forum shopping in patent cases, that must not be allowed. I was gratified to see the Supreme Court last year strike a blow against abusive forum shopping in the T.C. Heartland decision. In my remaining months here in this body, I intend to continue ahead full bore on intellectual property reform. Digital music licensing royalties for visual artists and online filtering are just a few of my intellectual property priorities for this year. Given my focus on intellectual property, I take a keen interest in the Patent and Trademark Act, our office, and in the individuals selected to run the office. And I have to say I couldn't be more pleased by President Trump's nomination of Andrei Iancu to be the next USPTO director. Andrei has an extensive background in patent litigation. He's a partner in Irell and Manella, one of the nation's leading intellectual property law firms. For 6 years, he was the firm's managing partner. Andrei has represented clients across the spectrum, from tech companies to drug manufacturers to aerospace firms. He understands all sides of patent law because he's litigated all sides. In an area fraught with allegiances to particular industries or groups, Andrei can bring a neutral, unbiased perspective because he's already had to approach issues from so many different angles. Andrei has been named a leader in intellectual property and patent law by Chambers USA every year for the last 11 years. He's been named Attorney of the Year by California Lawyer and Lawyer of the Year by the Los Angeles Business Journal. His bona fides are top-notch. Mr. President, I have full confidence that Andrei will make an outstanding USPTO director. Subject matter eligibility, PTAB reform, and continued controversies over forum shopping are just a handful of the issues that will soon be coming across his desk. There will also be questions about fee setting, fee diversion, and IT modernization. And as I move forward on my intellectual property priorities this year, I look forward to working with Andrei and his future colleagues at USPTO to make our patent and trademark system the best it can possibly be. We owe it to the American people to ensure that our intellectual property laws keep pace with our rapidly changing world. That has always been one of my chief focuses here in this body, and it will continue to be so throughout the rest of my term.